Hey guys, it's Jackie with 35th Ave Sew and Vac, and I am so excited because one, this is our last of our 7-day sewing machine expo, and it's been a great, 7 expos. It's totally different from our normal sewing and crafts festival, but we've had fun, we've had great educators, and again, don't forget, you can watch them again if you go to our website. And down below is all the videos listed. And of course, this one will be listed after today that you can watch. And a couple other things is, on the website, if you click, Monday is the last day to register. Because you know what? We pick the grand prizes tomorrow. Not tomorrow, next week. So Monday is the last time you can register. So go to our website, fill in the information, and you'll be registered into our grand drawing. So don't forget that for number one thing. Plus, you can watch all the videos, because we had a great video yesterday with Baby Lock with Missy. It was awesome on the Solaris. And again, we have extended all the prices through Valentine's Day. Yep, Valentine's Day. So you can get a sweetheart of a deal with all the sewing machine expos that we did in the last couple weeks on it. So there's some noise out there. Sorry about that. The sweetheart of deals for all the expo prices, and they're good through Valentine's Day. So come into the store or email us or mention us, a little note on Facebook, and we will contact you to all the different things. So to get started, I want to introduce Denise. Denise is live from her studio. Hi, Denise.
Hi, Jackie.
How are you doing today?
Not too bad. We have a little snow here. It's 18 degrees outside and a 20 wind chill factor.
Wow. We're going to be 70 today, so sorry. And it's sunny as could be.
Because I don't have to decide whether I want to go outside in the nice weather or be in my sewing room.
Oh, that is true. You want to be in your sewing room. So today we're going to talk about all the machines for Baby Lock quilting line. So Denise is going to go over all the different machines, and then we will have specials and great deals on them. Some we can't put over the internet, but you know what? You can come in the store or call any of our locations, because we're located in Phoenix, and we do have a Chandler and El Mirage location. So, and we'll get Denise ready to go. I think we're good. You ready to start with the machines?
I'm ready.
All right. Thanks, Denise.
So right now, I'm in front of the Baby Lock Gallant, and it's a 15-inch machine. So what I mean by that is, in the throat of the machine from the needle in this harp area, we have 15 inches. It's a nice quiltable space. The frame itself is called the Villa frame, and the frame is a 10-foot frame or a 8 or a 4-foot frame. So let me explain that a little bit. When you buy the Gallant, you have some choices. In fact, you have a lot of choices with a lot of our frames and long arm setups. You can order the 8-foot frame, and in the box comes everything for 4-foot or for 8-foot. If you decide you want it on a 10-foot frame, you can add the 2-foot extension or put the 2-foot extension on the 4-foot frame, making it 6-foot. I know that's a lot of information to think about. So what I usually say is, if you're looking to get a long arm, figure out what your space is that you have to put it in, and then go see everybody at 35th Ave and say, I have this amount of space, what long arm will fit in it? It's 42 inches from the front to the back. Now, I have the optional rear handles on the back, and if you wanted those to do the pantographs, the paper patterns back here at the back, you'll need enough room for you between the wall and the machine to quilt back there. Now, with the Gallant, it uses all the same feet as all of our long arm machines. And what I mean by that is, right now I have a yarn couching foot on the machine. So I've got some yarn here. There's a glide foot on one of the machines I'm going to show you today. There is a ruler foot, an echo foot, a micro foot. All the feet are interchangeable with all the machines. So the Gallant can use any of those feet. The stitch regulator is built in with the Gallant. I love it that it has needle up down right here. I'm going to put the yarn in the foot while I'm talking to you and just tack it down so I can pull it through that foot. I don't have to take the foot off to do this. I just pull it through and we're ready to go. So with the Gallant, it's a nice height that I have for me, but the frame is height adjustable. So what I mean by that is, depending on your height, you want the handles at about a 90-degree angle, and that gives you a smooth movement. Now I'm going to quilt a little bit, and this is freehand quilting that I'm doing right now. Get the yarn so you can see. Love the texture that I get with some yarn. I'm going to take the slack out of that is all I'm doing, and moving it so you can see. So I've actually put denim jackets on the frame, and I've yarn couched on those. I've yarn couched on quilts, on panels. So a long arm machine isn't just for quilts like you see in the back here, the little wall hanging over here. The jacket I'm wearing has actually been produced, the fabric on the frame. It's chenilled. I put 7 layers on, and I could use a ruler or channel locks to draw my straight lines. You can add channel locks to this. They're relatively economical. They're little pieces that go on the wheels. They're under $10. And you know what? I can do straight lines all day long. I can yarn couch all day long. Now, it's what's called a 4-rail system. We have a take-up rail. It's the opposite of a toilet paper roll is how I like to describe it. We pull off the toilet paper roll, we add to the take-up rail. So as this gets bigger, it accommodates with the machine like the Gallant, so that when this is a large quilt, you don't have to raise or lower this rod. It has what's called an idle bar or a dead bar. It has the backing bar and then the top bar. I'm using the blue quilt clips. I love these. These are great for floating. They're 24 inches long, and they come 4 in a package. And I know 35th Avenue or any of their locations can get those for you. The Gallant frame, the Villa, also comes with your leaders. So I have the leaders on here along with red snappers, so I can load my frame very quickly. So depending on if you want to yarn couch or just free motion or go to the back and do pantographs, the Gallant's a great machine. This is our entry-level long arm quilting machine, and it's our newest one. Now I know Jackie has some specials for the event. I'm going to go and quilt a little bit, and then I think she's going to tell you about all those specials.
Thanks, Denise. Oh, thanks, Denise. Let's go to our slide, and I can show you the special. All right. So before we go on, this is our phone number. It's 1-877-242-6282, extension 3. If you have questions during the broadcast, you can just give us a call, or even after if you want to talk about the machines, you can go ahead and do that. So the first thing is the Gallant has a rebate, which is great. This is something Baby Lock's is doing, and it's a great deal. So the expo price on the Gallant is $49.99, and plus you get the Baby Lock rebate, which is $150. That's basically free money to spend on fabric. Can't beat that. Plus we do have financing available, 0% financing available, which is great. Like Denise said, this is an entry level, so you can get into quilting and it's a little smaller than the big machines, so you can put it in a good space in your home. It's a great starter, entry-level starting machine for quilting. I think we're going to go next. I think we're going to go to the Coronet. So $49.99, 0% financing available, and a rebate for $150. So great, great deal. Let us know if you want it. We can order one for you. We actually have them in stock, so you can pick one up today if you want. So let's go back to Denise and go back to, I think the Coronet's next in her studio.
We are on the Coronet in my studio today, Jackie. And so I'm behind the Coronet, like you could do on the Gallant. This is called a pantograph. It's a paper pattern. So I would lay it down on the pantograph shelf in the back of the Coronet. And what I can do now is I can follow back here with the laser light. Now I'm using the optional rear handles. Both the Gallant and the Coronet have the optional rear handles and laser light. But what this allows me to do is quilt from back here and have the ability to stitch. So I always say there's a couple ways to stitch. We can stitch from the back of the machine, or we can stitch from the front of the machine. It really depends on what you're looking to do. And with this, the threading here is going to be very similar on the Gallant. And when we get to the other machines, it's not much different. The difference is going to be now we're at a 16-inch machine. We're on a 5-foot frame with a few options. So the 5-foot frame has the ability to add the pole upgrade kit. Now, let me explain that. If I'm stitching and building a quilt that's king size, most people would think you need a larger frame to do a king size quilt. Well, I'm here to tell you, and Kathy Brown has the best videos on our Baby Lock website to show you how to move a large quilt on the 5-foot Coronet frame. With the pole upgrade kit, I can now roll my quilts like the Gallant, like my Regalia, and manage them that way. But I can remove this rod and still do those larger quilts. So at 5 feet, I can do a 5-foot quilt, quilting from the back, or if I come up front here, I can quilt from the front. Now on the Coronet, I have the glide foot, and I like that when I'm in the back because the foot is not going to get stuck on anything. So as I move the machine, I don't have to worry at all about that foot getting in the way and catching on fabric. So it's a wonderful foot to have. And I know they can do packages and bundles with all the things you might want to have on your long arm. So all freehand at the moment. Now, when we get over to the Regalia, you're going to see that I'm going to use a product called the Pro Stitcher, and that can be added to this. So what that is it's actually robotics. It would be one of those where you go, look, Mom, no hands, and the machine is moving with the robotics. I call the Pro Stitcher like a GPS for your sewing machine. But here, if you wanted it for freehand, it's ready with the 5-foot frame, the front handles to freehand quilt. Stitch regulator is built in. It has 2 modes of regulation. So depending on what you're doing, you have a cruise mode and a precision mode. And if I was going to do thread painting, I can go into manual mode with the click of a button. Nice lighting, but I do have a 10-foot light bar over the Coronet. It can be set up at different lengths. So depending on what you need in your space, that adds a nice light source to it. I've added some optional bungees to it because I do all kinds of projects on the Coronet frame. And I actually have a drawer unit that's available for the Coronet frame, and that will hold 95 pounds. It attaches to the lower part of the frame, can open in the front or in the back. So again, a few options for here at the Coronet. Now, a nice thing about the Coronet is you can add things as you want them, as you need them, or as the budget says, ooh, I can go get another piece for my machine setup. With the 5-foot frame and the pole upgrade kit, it comes with leaders. You do not need leaders without the pole upgrade kit, but the pole upgrade kit does come with leaders. So a lot of options here. Again, same feet, same needles as the Gallant and the M-class bobbins. Now you also have a bobbin winder that comes with the Baby Lock long arms. And that's a standalone, freestanding bobbin winder. This is the one that is for the Coronet, and it has a speed control. It's really nice because I can be winding bobbins while I'm quilting and not even have to think about it, which means buy 2 spools of thread. So one can be on the bobbin winder and one can be on the machine. So Jackie, I know you've got some specials on our Coronet, one of my favorite, as you know.
I do. I do have some great specials on the Coronet. So let's put up the slide. I actually have some options too. Let's go with my clicker. There you go. So I put a couple packages together for the Coronet. Like she says, you have different options, but you know, you might want to quilt from the backside with the rear handles, but you might never want to do that. You know, I'm more in control where I like to be in front doing it. So option 2 would be a great one for me. So you have 2 options on this. I cannot tell you the price over this Facebook Live, but you can call the store, but you can ask for option 1 or 2. Option 1 gives you the rear handles in the laser, the ruler base, and the Surefoot, which I love the Surefoot because you can use that for any of your different rulers. Plus, Baby Lock's giving you $400 baby Lock rebate, which is great. And then option 2 is the Little Buddy bar set that she was talking about, the extra set where you get the, oh, my mind just went blank. It's the leaders with it. And you get the ruler base and the Surefoot. So basically the difference is, do you want the back handles with the laser or do you want the Little Buddy bar set? Again, if none of these work for you, we have some specials we can work on. You know, you can get the glide foot, and like she said, we have the drawer, all different things. Plus, we have the lighting bar too. So it's a great little thing to brighten up that thing. So we have a special on that. Give us a call. Any of our locations, or you call the main number you see on the screen, so we can give you some really good prices on that. And we also have 0% financing available on it. So it's great. And I love the glide foot, by the way, Denise. Glide foot is my favorite foot. I know you noticed I have it on the one on the Coronet there, on that. I really like that. So I think the next one is the Regent, right?
It is the Regent. Now, the glide foot used to be my favorite foot, Jackie, but my new favorite foot is the micro foot.
Oh, the micro foot. What's
so I have the micro foot on the Regent. And what it is it doesn't have a front of the foot. So if you look at this foot, it has this circle section. Well, they've taken that off the foot and made it without. It's just an ankle. And so a couple things. The open toe and the closed toe foot come with all the machines. M-class bobbin. You can use pre-wounds. And a 134 needle. Now the Regent is 18 inches from the needle to the back of the machine, back here at the C of the machine. Here, you might want bat scooters or you might want machinger gloves to hold your fabric with. It's really up to you. But why I like the micro foot is I can get in here and see everything that I'm going to do. Nothing is in my way visually. Now, a little bit about the Regent. It's on a table, 34 by 36 inches. It's a nice, smooth top. I have the optional drop leaf on the left side. It's 18 inches. So if I was doing a larger quilt, you can put the Regent on wheels. I could pull it out, pull up that 18-inch drop leaf, and it can go 1 or 2, one on each side. And then I can begin quilting. This has the built-in stitch harmony, which is the stitch regulator. And I will tell you, it just sings. I have the table set at a height where I can set in my koala studio chair and bring it up. I also use my studio chair at the Coronet, the Gallant, and the Regalia. But the table here can stand up at standing height, or you can sit at it. So there's lots of options with this. With the built-in stitch regulator right now, I'm on regulated mode. I have my needle stopping down. I can use my foot control or the start-stop button on the machine. So I'm going to just quilt a little bit to show you how it works. So as I go slow or as I go fast, the needle adjusts to my speed, keeping those stitches the same length. So I'm going to go a little faster now so you can see the difference. Get ready here. Okay, so now we'll go faster. And the needle keeps up with me, which is really nice. And the stitch length is beautiful. Now, if I said, okay, right now I would like to go to manual mode, I can touch the manual mode. My machine needle is 1 speed, so my hands are going to be 1 speed, and I'll still get 1 stitch length. So that's as easy as it is to go from regulated mode to manual mode. So depending on what you're looking to do, if I was going to thread paint this, I could make long stitches, short stitches. I was doing ruler work on this piece the other day, and so I left it in the precision mode. Again, 2 modes with this machine also. Now with this, I'm going to bring the needle up, and I'm going to move the fabric out of the way, because what I want you to see is it has 2 optical encoders right here. And what these do is these tell the needle when to move. Now let's just say I needed to change my bobbin right now. I just slide the table forward. There's a light inside of there. I now can see my bobbin case. I put the slide piece back in place, change my bobbin, clean it, and go back to quilting. So maintenance on all the machines is pretty simplistic. It's a wicking system, so you don't have to oil only the bobbin case area, just like on any front load machine. Everything else takes care of itself. So Jackie, what kind of specials do we have on our beautiful Regent today?
We have some great specials. And now we don't have to stand on our head to change the bobbin on there. That's awesome. Just slide off the plate and you can see the bobbin, no more like going like this and doing the bobbin and oiling it and everything. It's really easy with that slide off now on it. And the microfoot's awesome. That's a great little guy there. I didn't know about that one. So let's go to our next then. So the Baby Lock Regent has, again, it has a rebate. So it has a $300 Baby Lock rebate, and we're doing 60-day online classes, plus we're throwing in the glide foot. Again, if I'm sure that micro foot, if you wanted that instead, we could probably work a deal out with the micro foot instead. I didn't even think about that micro foot. That was awesome foot there, Denise. And this is great machine, you know, if you don't have a lot of room in your sewing room or you're in a house, you need a little spot, this is a great one to fit anywhere because like she said, it's 36 inches. It's not that very big, but I like that you can adjust it, you know, you can sit how you want with it. That's a great deal. So, and again, we have 0% finance. We do have a great price on this machine. Again, you have to give us a call at the store at 877-242-6282 and extension 3. And you talk to one of our salespersons and they can get you some great deals on it. So any of the machines, remember, you can just call and let us know. I think Denise is ready for the big one. Oh, there you go.
So I am, Jackie.
Woohoo!
Yes. I'm in front of the Baby Lock Regalia. And here we're looking at a machine that is 20 inches. So from where we went starting at the Gallant to here, nothing has changed. I can go around to the back of the machine, use rear handles and the laser light, and I can quilt from back here. So I have the laser light attached and a pantograph laying on my table and quilt from the rear. Or I can come around the front and use the glide foot, the yarn couching foot, the micro foot. But this particular machine, I set up the ruler foot. Now, I've been to Jackie's store many times, and I know she has long arm rulers there. So somebody that wants to quilt from the front and wants precision, you're going to want rulers. I have a ruler base on here. That's an extension table like for your sewing machine. And what that does is gives you extra work area around the machine. So I'm going to do a needle up down, and I do have my ruler foot on the machine. I'm going to use the star that I programmed on my handlebar. Now I want you to think about this. I have a crescendo, I have a few machines, as you see. But the optional foot that is the programmable foot, the multifunctional foot control, I think of these handlebars like the multifunctional foot control. I program my star to be a tie-off. So I click it, and the machine will say, slightly move the machine, and it will tie off for you. My right-hand handle has the diamond, and that's my needle up, down. So I have my ruler base on. I'm going to place the ruler here, and now I have the ability to be precise. And get beautiful stitching. Now I'm going to do the clamshell at the top, so I lay this here. I'm going to turn it and make a 4 clamshell little flower petally looking piece, and I just take it and keep going all the way around. That's precision with quilting when you can add the ruler templates. Now when you get them, you want to make sure that they're 1/4 inch thick. You want the ruler foot. That's a really important element. But here's what's really nice. So I made that base with those 3 clamshells there. I didn't make my 4th one. Now I'm going to add free motion to it. Well, I'm going to adjust the handles. And now I've customized the programmable handlebars to fit where I need them to be so that I can freehand quilt inside of this. So there I did freehand. Now, here's the beauty of the regalia. Whether I'm going to do ruler work, so this is all done with the ruler, okay, or whether I'm going to do freehand, I have the ability to take the Pro Stitcher, which is the robotic part that I told you about, and I can actually record what I do freehand. So I'm going to go in here and touch the word record, touch record here, and now I'm going to stitch, and it's going to remember what I stitched. So it just memorized what I stitched. So what the Pro Stitcher does is it gives you the ability to do freehand and memorize it, to even record a paper pattern. And I only have to record 1 repeat. Or I can set a design. So I'm going to pull up the bobbin thread. Make sure I cut it. I'm going to go back to Pro Stitcher mode. So the gear's just engaged. File, clear all. I'm going to bring up a design. So I have this really cute heart because, you know, Jackie has some sweetheart of a deals going on. I'm going to put the heart in the space on the frame. So I'm going to turn this so you can see it down there. I'm going to put the heart in this space here. So I'm going to select my area. And I'm going to skew the design into the space. And it's now going to stitch it that easily. And the great thing is, I can be piecing while the Pro Stitcher is stitching with my machine. I've got it set to pause so I can clip or bury my thread and resume. So now it's stitching the heart. That quickly. So depending on what you want to do, so to give you an idea, the quilt's behind here. This quilt was pieced on the Solaris fill stitches on the Solaris, and then quilted with the Pro Stitcher in freehand. Or the jacket that's in this corner, that's a Lorelei 4x4 embroidery design stitched out on the long arm. So a long arm does more than just quilting. Here's a 4x4 embroidery design stitched out on the long arm, and then I have one more to show you. So this is my big Lorelei. I put her on there and made her as big as I could. This particular quilt that I'm going to show you is one that I freehand did the designs, but I added the Lorelei, and she is 37 inches long. It is a wow. I saw Jackie going, wow.
Wow. Yeah.
It is a wow.
Awesome.
So it is. A lot of your embroidery designs can be imported into the Pro Stitcher. So here's what I would say to all of you. You've seen my studio and my machine. So I have the Regalia on the kinetic frame here, set up 5 foot or 10 foot in the same box. A 2-foot extension will make it as big as what I have here, which is 12 foot, or the 2-foot can go on the 7. Then we're going to turn the camera, or you have the ability, if you have small space, to go to the Regent, the Coronet, or the Gallant. So I know, Jackie, you've got some specials on the Regalia also, and the same drawer units, the same feet, the same bobbins, all of that fit the Regalia. The Pro Stitcher is the same Pro Stitcher, but when it's ordered for the Coronet, it's a different product because the 7-inch monitor is built into the Pro Stitcher tablet for the Regalia.
That's amazing, Denise. Thank you. That's just, wow, that quilt blew me away. That's right. And we have, that's just the amazing thing you can do with quilting. Whether you're, like she said, whether you have a small room that you want to do a quilt, all the way to a big room, you know, it all depends on, you can always add on to your house and make a big room, do the 12-foot, right? Why not? That's simple. Go ahead and do that on it. So let's get to the price on the Regalia. And we have, again, a couple options. We have option 1, which is a Pro Stitcher. And then you get 2-year Love of Knowledge. And what Love of Knowledge is Baby Lock does these online classes. And you get basically 2 years to those online classes on it. I'm sure Denise is in some of those online classes. Basically teaching you about the Pro Stitcher, about how to load your frame, you know, all these tips and tricks on the machines. And the nice thing is you get that, plus you get our support. Because when you buy a machine from 35th Ave Sew and Vac, we give you free lessons. And we basically, it's not just one, it's just not 2, it's as many as you want, or need, I should say. So if you buy a big Regalia machine and you do the regular one and then you get into the Pro Stitcher, you know, we're here to help you 100%. So we figure once you go home and use it and you have questions, we're always here to help you with that. So, but the 2-year Love of Knowledge is a great thing for Baby Lock educators that do it from their side. And you can watch it at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. If you have a question or you're trying to get that baby quilt done for the next day, that's a great thing, kind of good thing. You can go, okay, how did I do the edge to edge again? So you can go online and look that up. Plus, you're doing option 1, you get a $500 Baby Lock rebate. $500. You can buy a lot of fabric for $500. Or you can spend it on all your other extra, like the drawer unit or the different feet, things like that. You can do that. So the next option is rear handles with laser, the 2-year Love of Knowledge, and then the $500 Baby Lock rebate. So again, this is if you don't want to go to the Pro Stitcher and you want to do the rear handles with the laser, the pantograms, and so forth, you can do that with this machine. But wait for it. I have a bonus. If you buy the Regalia, you will get a free quilt frame drawer set, what she was talking about, or a light bar. So you can get the light bar you saw in Denise's studio, and she didn't show you the drawer set, but the drawer set fits under the frame, and you can put your threads, all your tools, all your feet, and everything in there. Everything's organized, so you don't have to go running around your studio and to figure out where everything is. So that is a bonus if you buy the Regalia, you get either whichever one you want, the drawer or the light bar. I like them both. And we have them both you can also purchase, and you can get 20% off the other one. You buy one, you can get the other one free, whichever you prefer. So it's a great, great deal. Again, we can't give the prices over here on here, but you can call our store at the 877-242-6282 extension 3 and talk to a salesperson about the deal. So, and again, like Denise said, there's so many options from the sit down to, you know, the Gallant, the Regalia, the Coronet, and it all depends on what size room you're on. So when you call us, tell them what you're looking for and what type of size room you have, and we'll get the right machine for you and the right size and everything for that. So a couple of other things. I want to thank Denise taking out our snow day, you know, for taking time out and to demoing the machines and everything. But before we go, I just want to talk about one other machine because she mentioned it in there. This is the Crescendo. This is a Baby Lock product. So this is not in the long arm department, but it's a great quilting machine. And a couple of the features is it has a lot of the decorative stitching, but it also has a laser light built into this. And I am just going to come around here really quick and show the little laser light, see if he can show you it. See if he, I don't know if you can get that close to the needle right there. See if we can see that laser. We can't, but there is, trust me, there is a little red line there that helps you guide. So when you're piecing, before you take it to the long arm, it'll actually have a guide so you can piece a perfect 1/4 inch. And I know Denise loves the Crescendo. I know she has one of those in her studio too on it. I don't know if Denise, you still there?
I'm still
yeah,
here.
She's listening to it. You love the Crescendo, right?
I do love the Crescendo, but what I'm going to do, let's see, give me a minute. Don't put the camera on me yet. I'm going to see if I can get the laser light on mine for you.
We're a little too bright here, I think it is, with the lights on it. So the Crescendo has a lot of decorative stitching. It has a lot of quilting stitches. It comes with this table, well, Denise, plus it has the Never Miss needle threader that we demoed on the Solaris the other day. It still has that. Plus, like she was talking about the multi-function foot control, you can get that as a upgrade, and it's great because you basically, actually I think he got the laser. There we go. So see the little laser guide right there? You can actually just basically guide that on your machine, your 1/4 inch on that. So it's great. But we'll see what Denise has to come up with there on it.
I did. I've got it. If he wants to put it
there
on
you
mine.
go. Much better. And in your nice koala studio. I like that.
In my koala studio, which, you know what, I have a lot of those. Eddie loves me. Yeah, I love my koala studios. Yep.
Oh, there. That's perfect. That's a great picture of that. On that. So I like it for my 1/4 inch, but I also like it when I'm doing decorative stitching with the laser light, so I can see where I'm lining up perfect on that. What another feature you like about that?
You know, a couple things about the laser light. I teach a lot of people how to sew, and I like to be able to move it on the ditch if I'm going to ditch stitch in something, or if I'm putting my binding on. It's a great feature to have.
Yeah, that's another way to use it. There's so many options with it you can use it for. And I always tell people, remember, when you're using your laser, my eyes versus your eyes, you got to put it right exactly where you can see it, how you can see it, how things lined up. Because I might see it here, but a millimeter over to the side, which is nice. It's adjustable. You can adjust it to get perfect where you want. Especially stitch in the ditch is a great way to use it on it. So this one, again, the Crescendo is a machine that's just on the quilting side of Baby Lock. It's their top-end sewing machine. And of course, I had to throw it in. I just threw Denise for a loop with it on it. I had to throw it in because if you didn't have room for a long arm or even sit down, this is a great machine because it has the 11-inch throat. I can't talk today. The 11-inch throat, so you could still do a big size quilt on there. On it. But again, I have a special deal, a sweetheart of a deal, right, Denise? On it.
Sweetheart of a deal, that's for sure.
Exactly, of it. Let's put the screen up. So the Crescendo has Again, it has Expo offer. Again, the price, you just call a store and we'll talk to you about it. But you have a $400 rebate for Baby Lock. We're throwing in that inspirational guide plus 60 days online classes. Again, that's the classes I was talking about earlier. Again, it's from Baby Lock educators, different people from Baby Lock doing your classes, and they're great. Plus, you can download some of their kind of like projects and stuff on that too. So you get a 60-day online class with that also. Plus, you get the classes that we offer in here. So, and we also have 0% financing available, so which is great on it. So, any other thing to wrap it up, Denise? Do you have any other things to tell them? Did we lose her?
I'm coming around so you can see me.
I was like, did we lose her? Hey.
No, I'm here. The biggest thing I would say is whatever you choose what you think will work best with you. And what I mean by that is whatever your space is, whatever the budget is, all of those things. But keep in mind, as Jackie said, she's going to be there along with her staff to take care of you. And those of you that don't know me, I'm out there to help take care of all of you also. So I do it through the classes online, as Jackie said. We have virtual classes, all kinds of things that we do at Baby Lock to help support you and our retailers also. And so for me, I started out long arm quilting in 2006. And I purchased a 10-foot frame and I set it up for 5 foot. And then maybe 6 months after quilting, I said to my husband, okay, I'm ready to go to 10 feet. So then we set it up at 10 feet. So, maybe 5 foot is less intimidating when you set it up. There are lots of options. The other thing I would say is don't be afraid of using it. I talk to a lot of people all the time. Well, I haven't really used it much because I'm afraid. But if you haven't used it, what if you're afraid of? There's nothing to be afraid of. It's like drawing with thread. It's wonderful. And you're going to make something beautiful for somebody to love for the rest of their life. I love giving quilts. I donate a lot of my quilts. And so, Jackie, I put my Valentine quilt up because of the sweetheart of a deal things you have. That's right. And I know that they're going to take good care of you, and we're going to take good care of you also.
Thank you, Denise. Thank you for taking the time and coming Facebook Live. That was awesome. Plus, Baby Lock has a lot of Facebook groups that you can join. I'm in some of them, and it's education. You can learn all the tips and tricks, and Denise does a bunch of them. So thanks again, Denise.
Thanks for having me, Jackie.
You're welcome. So a couple of things. Thank you for joining us for our last Sewing Expo event. We, again, you go to our website and you can you can actually just register, and you would be in the drawing that we're going to do Monday the 8th. We're going to cut it off, and you can be in the grand drawings. And you can also watch all the videos. So what Denise went over, you can rewatch it. Or you can stop in any of our stores because we have all the product on the floor that you can try, which is nice. So you can try the Crescendo all the way up to the Regalia. Whatever you want to do, you can try it. And we can show you in demo. We have the Pro Stitcher, kind of give you a little tips on that too, and show you all that. So we can give you a good demo. We are here. We have an educator here, Phyllis from Baby Lock's here today. So if you want to come see it, we have our event center. We actually have the Gallant and the Regalia set up in the event center. Plus we have in our store, we have the other machines set up. So if you want to come test drive it, you can. Or you can stop into one of our other stores. We have them set up. If not, you can just give us a call. We'll put our slide up, which has the last of our phone number, just so if you didn't get it. So let's go to the last. So again, 1-877-242-6282. And extension 3 gets you to our salesperson that can help you and decide what you're what you're looking for and what's perfect for you. Again, all the Baby Lock machines are on sale because we talked about the Solaris, the Altair, and all the other machines. All the Baby Lock machines are on sale. So if you're not looking for one we showed you, we have them. Come in and we can show you those too. And again, all the machines from the expo are on sale until Valentine's Day with sweetheart of a deal. So, you might as well give you a good Valentine's Day gift for yourself on it. And I want to thank everyone for spending our 7 Expo days with us. It's been fun, and we look forward to having new Facebook Live stuff coming up soon. This is Jackie out.